Guys, and welcome to Football Fan Den UK. Hope you guys had a good week, as I've been busy for the last couple of days and not been able to get on. Apologies to you guys that were expecting me on last night for the Scotland game. I was really disappointed to miss that, but unfortunately, other issues in my personal life and work commitments took charges today, so that was why I had to miss it. I was really disappointed to miss it, but it is what it is. So we're here today, guys, to watch Ukraine taking on England in the Euro qualifiers. Hopefully, England will put in a good performance and get the 3 points. Let's quickly bring up the team news so you guys can see it on the screen. See how England and Ukraine are lining up. We should be hopefully in for an entertaining game this afternoon, guys. This weather in the UK is quite intense at the minute, isn't it, guys? So, as you can see, Ukraine lining up with 4 at the back, 5 in midfield, and 1 up front. England lining up with 4 at the back, 3 in midfield, and 3 up front. So, very attack minded lineup from England. Hopefully, that can pay off. So the teams are on the field, and we are about to get underway in a minute or two as the referee just does the coin toss. And Stevie, how you doing, mate? Stevie saying hi, Gaz. Thank you, Stevie. Good to have you with us this afternoon, Stevie. Thank you very much for making yourself available, mate. Always appreciate you helping out in the background. Top man, Stevie. And Stevie saying, come on, England. Absolutely, mate. Let's hope England can get the 3 points and take a step closer to Euro 2024. So, should be hopefully an interesting game, guys. England playing today. Tomorrow, some interesting games coming, as Northern Ireland playing tomorrow as well. Hibs and Hearts ladies also playing tomorrow, guys, and Gibraltar playing against Greece in the late evening, about 8 o'clock or 7:45, I think it is actually. So quite a bit of football for UK fans tomorrow. So we're just waiting for the teams to get underway as Ukraine having a huddle. As we're just underway now, as England kick it out to that far side. And England now play it across the back line as they play it out to this near side and then back into the centre. So, yep, nice one, Stevie. So England just knocking it about at the moment inside their own half. As Ukraine come to try and press the ball, but they're just happy to sit off at the moment, only pushing up as far as the halfway line. As England now play it out to that far side. And then back into the centre. Very cagey start to this game, guys, from England, as they're just knocking it about at the moment on the halfway line. Now playing it out far to that far side as Ukraine quickly shift players across. Excuse me, guys. So England now playing the ball out wide again. Just cautious build up this from England. As now they try to come forward down the middle. Or eventually come wide on this near side. Ukraine coming across to challenge for the ball, forces England to play it back to the halfway line. England now knocking it out to that far side. Ukraine just chasing shadows at the minute as England happy to just knocking it about from left to right, stretching the Ukrainian formation, probing it for defensive weakness at the moment in this first couple of minutes, guys. So now England play it out wide to this near side as they come forward now towards the edge of the Ukraine box. Ukraine challenging for it as they almost win it back, but then England cross it into the box, but it's headed away as England pick it up further up the field. Now England coming again as they keep the pressure on Ukraine, midway inside Ukraine's half of the field, playing it out wide to that far side. As now England come towards the edge of the box, played in behind us. Oh, taking it to the byline, but just a bit too much pace on that ball. Saka unable to keep it in, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick to Ukraine. Good idea there from England. But as I say, just a little. Yeah, Saka did actually intercept it, but couldn't keep control of it. It just got away from him. And we're back underway as the goalkeeper kicks it out to this near side. England have won it back as they play it back to the halfway line. And now England build again, playing it out wide to this near side as they try to come forward. Played to Saka. Saka with a loose pass there as he plays it back into midfield. Ukraine pressing with a bit more urgency now as England work the ball out to that far side. Now, ball played forward as England come down that far side towards the edge of the Ukraine box. Ukraine challenging for it, but England have managed to work the press. Ball crossed in, headed away by Ukraine as both sets of players challenge for the ball on the edge of the box, but it's England that come away with it. Glasgow Rangers, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the show. Glasgow Rangers saying hi, guys. How you doing, mate? Great result for Scotland yesterday. And Northern Ireland playing tomorrow, aren't they? Northern Ireland playing tomorrow, so I presume you're excited about that, mate. But welcome to the show, Glasgow Rangers. Always good to have you with us, mate. Hope you're doing okay. So England just playing it back out to that far side as Ukraine come up to press the ball. England play it back to the halfway line. Just really slow build up at the moment, guys. Ukraine just happy to sit off and let England have the possession on the halfway line as now England play the ball through the middle. And Glasgow Rangers saying neutral in this match because I want to also support Ukraine, obviously because of the war. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. As England just knocking it about on the halfway line. Now, ball chipped out wide to this near side as Saka manages to keep it in, and challenge comes in from Ukraine, and that's going to be a foul. So, yeah, thanks for that, Glasgow Rangers. And Glasgow Rangers also saying, are you doing the Northern Ireland game tomorrow? I'm hoping to, mate. I'm hoping to. Yeah, hope to. 2:00 kickoff, that, innit? But yeah, I hope to. I don't want to make any promises because I told you guys that I was going to be on last night, and I was unable to make it. Unfortunately, I was really gutted to miss last night's game for Scotland. But that's why I keep saying to you guys, I try not to make promises about games until I know I can definitely do it. Because at the minute I'm really struggling with a balance of work and trying to do the channel as well. So it'll get better. It will get better. Just at the moment, very difficult. Got to work, guys. Got to work. England now with a possession on the halfway line. But yes, mate. Yeah, I hope to. I hope to. Some interesting games tomorrow. Also, Greece playing Gibraltar. I would love to see Gibraltar get a point on the board. They always get a rough ride, don't they, in the qualifiers? I know they're only a little, well, what you might call not even a nation really, are they? That small. It's a little rock off the coast of Spain. So that's obviously why they struggle. But technically, they are part of the UK. So would be nice to see them at least pick up a point in a European qualifier. But yeah, have you got any predictions for tomorrow, Glasgow Rangers? What's your thoughts on how that game could go, mate? England now with the ball on this near side as they play it back to the halfway line. And now England knocking it out wide to this near side again. Before playing it back into the middle and out to the far side as Ukraine try to press the ball. But England, every time England come forward, Ukraine come to press the ball and England just play it straight back to the halfway line. It's happened quite a lot. If you're just joining us, guys, we're at just over 8 minutes in, and it's still 0-0. England now playing it down that far side as Ukraine come across the challenge for it, and again, England just play it straight back to the halfway line. All this possession is fantastic, but you got to do something with it, haven't you, guys? Glasgow Rangers saying, as an honour. As an honest Northern Ireland fan, we will not qualify for the Euros 2024 because we could have easily got a draw in each of our last three games, and that's down to VAR and players giving up. Ah, okay, fair enough, mate. Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed the game the other day. I know Northern Ireland played on was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday, wasn't it? They played. Um, but yeah, like I said, I've been really busy the last few days. Um, But I wouldn't say no. I don't know. I'd have to have a look, guys. I'd have to have a look. I've not seen Northern Ireland's group, mate. I've not seen it. I'll have a look shortly. How Northern Ireland, but I always have faith that Northern Ireland have a chance of qualifying when they get it. When they get their mojo, so to speak, going, mate. They can play quite well. Ukraine now enjoying a spell of possession as they try to play it out to this near side. England trying to challenge for the ball as Ukraine managing just to keep it under pressure, and they play it back to their defensive line as they build again now, playing it out wide to that far side. And now England coming forward down. Oh no, Ukraine coming forward as England come to challenge for it, but Ukraine doing well here at the moment. This is the best spell that they've had as they keep the pressure on. They've got England boxed into their own half at the moment. Now, Ukraine play it back to their defensive line. Sorry, guys, didn't realise that had gone scrambled. Now, Ukraine trying to play the ball in behind, but it's cut out by Saka as he plays it out wide to this near side to Henderson. And England try to get going, but challenged by Ukraine, and the ball goes out of play on this near side for a throw in. So England now get us back underway with a free kick. A really cagey approach. I don't know what the weather's like over in temperature wise, guys, over in Poland. You can see it's dry, but I don't know if I don't know if they're getting the same kind of hot temperatures we're getting here at the moment in the UK. Now England coming forward down this near side. Saka cuts it back as England cross it into the box now, and it goes past everyone and out to that far side. Now England with some sloppy possession as Ukraine now tried to come forward, but England quickly challenge for the ball, win it back, and play it back to the halfway line. So yeah, just bear me a second. I'm having a quick look how we're getting. I've not looked at the groups of this for a while, guys. England now with the possession as they play it out wide to that far side. So let's have a look. So Scotland sitting top of their group on 15 points, obviously, as Gibraltar unfortunately sitting bottom of their group on no points. But England top at the moment on 13 points if it stays like this. Wales sitting second from bottom on 4 points. So work for Wales to do. Now England coming into the box as Ukraine managed to knock it away out to this near side. Now Ukraine trying to build from the back, but strong challenge comes in from England, and that's going to be a foul. So there we go. Oh, yeah, you guys had a difficult start, haven't you? Yeah. So only one win in 5 for Northern Ireland. I can understand what you mean, Glasgow Rangers. Yep, that's a disappointing start, mate. As you say, halfway through the group stage and only one win. But let's just have a look. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it, mate? Not looking good. It's not impossible, but obviously not looking good at the minute. But you get a good result against Kazakhstan, possibly build on that, maybe get some momentum going. Still a chance, mate, just very slim. Now England with the possession on the halfway line as they play it out wide to that far side. Now play back to the halfway line under pressure from Ukraine. So just coming up towards 15 minutes gone, guys, as England now play the ball out to that far side. As England just knocking it about at the minute in the centre circle. Glasgow Rangers saying, Gaz, nothing against you, mate, at all, obviously, but we have a lot of players either retired or injured. Examples are Stephen Davis and Stuart Dallas, and we have no choice but to play our younger players. Yes, I did hear something about that. I've not obviously since the start of the season, mate. I've been trying to get back into club football, so I did read that Northern Ireland were having a bit of an injury crisis. Can't remember when it was, a few weeks ago already. Um, I think it was as it was building up towards the to obviously to the international break. But yeah, I did read that you guys having a bit of trouble with injuries, and do you know what, mate? I'm gonna give it. Obviously, with a lot of one thing I would say about what's gone on recently, guys, is that obviously you guys know a lot of players going out to Saudi Arabia. A lot of Premier League players been going out to Saudi Arabia. I'd love to know your thoughts on this, guys. Back in the 80s and 90s, a lot of Scotland and Northern Ireland players, and in fact, not just Northern Ireland, Irish players, a lot of Scottish and Irish players were doing really well, getting good opportunities in the Premier League to play for Premier League clubs. But then, obviously, um, as the years have gone on, more and more variety of players from around the world have joined the Premier League, which is great, fantastic. But obviously now with Saudi Arabia, obviously paying top dollar for a lot of players and wanting to come and get players from the Premier League, that could open up more opportunities for England and for Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland players to potentially push up and get into Premier League teams. I don't know what you think of that Glasgow Rangers. Do you think that's possible, mate? Certainly, like I say, with less top high-profile players in the Premier League, because a lot of them have moved to Saudi Arabia, it could open the door, mate, for a lot of the younger players coming from Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and other parts of Europe as well, um, to get opportunities to play in the Premier League. We could see that, but but yeah, as you say, mate, injuries always going to be a headache for the slightly smaller nations. Glasgow Rangers also saying so. That is why we probably won't go through. Give it a few years, possibly. Yeah, hopefully, mate. A couple of years, you guys will do better. To be honest, yeah, you to be honest, yeah, I think Northern Ireland, as much as it's frustrating that you guys can't field your best players, it could be beneficial in a couple of years, mate, that you get some of these youngsters in and let them get experience, couldn't it, mate? I don't know. We'll have to see. I know it's a long shot, but it could happen. The more players play, the more they're inspired, and if you're getting youngsters in the team, then they're going to be inspired to give it the best, and that might be helpful to get more players up to the next level. Is the word I'm looking for. So yeah, thank you for that, Glasgow Rangers. Glasgow Rangers also saying, but have to say, Michael is a great manager. Um, yeah, he's doing okay, isn't he? He's doing okay. To be honest, I think the Wales job and the Northern Ireland job for managers is a tricky one, mate. It is a tricky one because it's, as you say, that the problem is that there's a limited pool of players that they can choose. Well, there's plenty of players they can choose from, but there's a limited pool of players playing at the top level in club football, if you get my meaning. And obviously, managers want the players that are playing as high to the top level of club football as possible. Um, as you say, mate, hopefully it'll improve. Hopefully it'll improve. So Ukraine now with some possession as they play it out to this near side, trying to come forward as England come across to challenge for the ball. Ukraine just knock it back to the halfway line. So if you just joined us, guys, we're just coming up to 20 minutes gone, 0-0. Still 0-0. Going on here? Glasgow Rangers saying, I think it isn't great to be honest, guys. I think there should be have been a limit set on a long time ago on the amount of players, foreign players, to play in the UK. It has really put Northern Ireland's profile down. But I know what you. Yeah, well, maybe I don't know. I don't know, mate. To be honest, I don't know. I think Northern Ireland players should also look at potentially playing in other leagues in Europe, because there's other leagues in Europe that will give Northern Irish players. I don't. Do you know what? I don't know why we don't see more Welsh and Northern Ireland players playing in like the French league or possibly the German league, because obviously particularly the German league, some of the clubs in the German league really struggle to compete financially with the likes of Bayern Munich. So could it be an advantage to them to maybe look at Welsh, Northern Ireland players, well, Irish players, full stop, and possibly some Scottish players that might uh, be cheaper options, shall we say, in the transfer market. Um, but yeah, it's a great point, mate. It's a great point. But I actually like players coming from around the world. I do. I like it. I like the fact that it makes the Premier League like the global league, if you like. But yeah, I think there's other issues around that. To be fair, mate. But yeah, you're you're entitled to your opinion, mate. So I understand that. Thank you for that, Glasgow Rangers. So England have won a throw in on this near side, midway inside the Ukraine half of the field. Kyle Walker to take it. Throwing comes in. Ukraine intercept it and kick it up the field as England intercept it in the centre circle. So yeah, thanks for that, Glasgow Rangers. Uh, some interesting points you make there, mate. But let's hope Northern Ireland can at least get some points, some more points on the board, mate. Get if you guys can't qualify for Euro 2024, at least guys, let's hope you guys can at least give a good account of yourselves in the second half of the group stage. Because I think Northern Ireland can, when they click, they really can look really good. To be fair, they've surprised quite a few nations when they played them. But like I say, it's as Glasgow Rangers said, once you get a couple of injuries, that can be really damaging. But it's not like I said. There's a lot of nations that have that problem. In smaller nations that have that problem. They get a few key injuries to key players, and it can really affect the balance of the team and its attacking intent, shall we say. So now Ukraine intercepting it on that far side as they now blast the ball up the field. It's intercepted inside England's half as Ukraine now knock it back into the centre circle. Oh, now Ukraine coming down that far side as they play it towards the edge of the England box. Ball crossed in, knocked away by England as England managing just to see it away, but eventually they've knocked it out on that far side for a throw into Ukraine, midway inside the England half of the field. Glasgow Rangers saying Gaz Northern Ireland under 21s is playing England under 21s. I might go and see it. Can't believe there is players worth millions of pounds coming to my wee country. I like that, mate. Why? Why you can't believe it, mate? That's um, if anything, mate. If anything, Northern Ireland should be doing more to attract that kind of media attention with high profile sports venues. Oh, Ukraine now coming forward as they work the ball into the England half, now coming towards the edge of the box, played out to that far side as they come into the box now. Ball crossed in, and Ukraine have scored. Oh, Ukraine against the run of play a little bit there, but they found the back of the net and England find themselves 1-0 down, 25 minutes gone, and it's Ukraine 1, England 0. Well, how's about that, guys? Oh, that just cut back and bang straight into the back of the net. England's defenders at sixes and sevens there, uh, kind of well caught out. Really, really some poor defending there from England. So Zinchenko with the goal for Ukraine. Glasgow Rangers saying, and Champions League beginning in 10 days. Yep, absolutely. Yep. Champions League football coming soon, as well as Europa League and Europa Conference League as well. So lots of football coming our way, isn't there, mate? But yeah, for me, Oh, England now with the ball on that far side as they play it into the centre. Ukraine just happy. They're going to sit off now more, aren't they? Try and soak up the pressure, and then England on the counter attack. Oh, England now play it forward as they've got in behind, and it's some good defending there by Ukraine. In fairness, as the ball is knocked away to this near side, and it's gone out for a throw in. England take the throw in quickly. But yeah, Glasgow Rangers. I think it's great to see Northern Ireland have a big game like that for the under. When is that under 21s game, mate? When is it? I'll have a look on the calendar when I get later on if I get a chance. But yeah, England now coming towards the edge of the box. Ball played in, and Saka intercepts it, but he's surrounded by Ukraine players defending the box as it's played back out, and now Reese with a shot, but it's over the bar, and that will relieve the pressure for Ukraine. Yeah, well over the bar there. So now goal kick for Ukraine as they kick it up the field, challenged by both teams. As eventually it's Ukraine that get the ball down. Now Ukraine play it back to the goalkeeper under pressure from England. Glasgow Rangers saying, I've bad news. My phone is on 5%, and I'm not at home, so no charge. And Northern Ireland is playing England in 365 days. I have to value these kind of games. Laugh out. Absolutely, yep. It's a great game, yeah, mate. Hopefully, I'll look out for that when it gets closer. Still a while away, that though, isn't it, mate? But yeah, I'll look out for it when it gets a bit closer, mate. But yeah, sorry to hear your phone's almost dead, mate. That's a bit unlucky, but thank you very much for dropping in, Glasgow Rangers. Always good to see you, mate. Thank you for the conversation. Um, so yeah, I understand if you need to jump off if your phone dies, mate. Sorry about that. That's just a bit bad looking at you. I have the same problem sometimes, but it's a nightmare sometimes to keep up with reminding yourself to charge it in it. So yeah, thank you for that, Glasgow Rangers, and absolutely, yeah. Hopefully that'll be a good great game in the under 21s. Like I say, I'll look out for it when it's a bit nearer to the time, mate. But yeah, if you have to, if you suddenly drop off because your battery's dead, thank you very much for dropping in, mate, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Top man, Glasgow Rangers. Kyle, how you doing, Kyle H? Kyle's H saying, what's happening, guys, on chat? How's it going, mate? Welcome to the show, Kyle. Good to have you with us, mate. England with a possession. I'll come back to that in a sec. England now crossing the ball in as Ukraine knocking it away. And now England with the possession on that far side as they get penalised by the referee. And that's going to be a free kick to Ukraine on the far side of the pitch, just on the edge of their own box. Bellingham showing some real frustration there, whacking the pitch. Yeah, that should be a good game. Shouldn't England travel to Scotland this week as well, don't they? So yeah, sorry, Kyle. So yeah, I'm good, Kyle. Thank you for asking, mate. Hope you're doing well. And as I say, mate, welcome to the show. You got any thoughts on score prediction, Kyle? Do you think what your thoughts on how this game will turn out, mate? England now with a long crossfield ball as they come towards the edge of the Ukraine box. Ukraine challenging for it. Now England playing it back up the field as now a cross comes in, but it's knocked away as eventually Ukraine knock it out away to this near side. And managed to kick it out of play for a throw into England right near the corner flag on this near side. So thanks for that, Kyle. Glasgow Rangers saying, please, pleasure talking to you guys. Make sure to smash the like button, guys. Thank you, Glasgow Rangers. Absolutely, mate. Always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for dropping in, mate. And hopefully, hopefully you don't have to wait too long to get your phone charged. But top man, Glasgow Rangers. Thank you, mate. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Kyle H saying, I checked to see if you were streaming this game earlier, but couldn't see anything. Just checked again, and you were streaming it. Nice one, guys. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah, mate. Sometimes apologies, guys. As I've said, the minute I'm having a really difficult balance at the minute. We're trying to balance my work and obviously building the channel. Obviously, I do want to work on the channel permanently one day, full time. But at the minute, we're quite away from that yet. So I'm having a bit of an hard time balancing things out. But that's why I don't try. Sometimes I can't give you guys advice. I want to give you guys advance notice on games, but that's why sometimes I can't because I don't know how late I'm going to be working and things like that. But as I say, guys, bear with me. In the future, hopefully it will improve. But for the time being, at least for the foreseeable future, anyway, it's going to be a little bit like that. Some days, some weeks, I'll know what I'm working, but some weeks I don't know what I'm working because my job. It's not set hours, guys. I don't have a job that's got set hours. My job is very much about when I do house removals. That's what I do. So when people want to move houses, I've got to do it. I can't stop and say, I'm sorry, guys, I've got to stop doing your house removal because I've got to jump on YouTube. I don't think they'd appreciate that when I've half moved them in. And I'm sure you guys have moved house before and seen how stressful it is. So obviously as a professional remover, I try to take the stress and the worry out of the job as much as possible for people that I do work for. So yeah, sorry, Kyle. As I say, mate, but thank you very much for coming checking again. As I said, I'll try and get on the channel as much as possible. It's just sometimes I'm a bit late with letting you guys know what games I can do. So thanks for double checking, Kyle, and apologies I couldn't upload it earlier, mate. I was still working. So yeah, thank you, mate. Good to have you with us, Kyle. Also saying, I said 1-0 to Ukraine at the start, but I doubt it will finish that way now. Well, they actually are 1-0 up at the minute, mate. They are 1-0 up, so it could do. Could do. It all depends whether England can get themselves together and find a way back into this game, doesn't it, to be fair, mate? But at the minute, they're not looking at their best, shall we say, to put it nicely. They're Ukrainians definitely giving us a game here. So Ukraine now with the possession as it's played out wide to this near side. Now Ukraine playing it back towards the edge of their own box as England come to press the ball. Ball knocked up the field as now England intercept it. Now England playing the ball in behind. Oh, and he just couldn't get the ball under control and it's deflected off him straight into the path of a Ukraine player. Now Ukraine playing it out wide to that far side as England managed to challenge for it, winning it back, and eventually the referee has blown the whistle for a foul, pretty much bang on the halfway line, just inside the Ukraine half of the field, out on that far side. So now England coming forward again down that far side. So yeah, I'm surprised that Kyle, Kyle going for the home win. Obviously, Ukraine being the home team in this game. So we'll have to see. But you could be right, Kyle. You could be right, mate. Hopefully it's not that way, because obviously as an England fan, I would love to see England get the win. As a Mexican wave goes round the ground, guys. Now England playing the ball forward, down the middle. Ukraine cutting it out, though, as now they play it back up towards the halfway line. Challenge comes in from England, and that's going to be a foul. So Ukraine with a free kick, just on the edge of the centre circle, just inside their own half, pretty much on the halfway line. Yeah, Henderson there, just putting a foot in, but the Ukrainian player there making the most of the challenge. as now Ukraine play it back to their own defensive line. Now playing it down the middle, but it's almost cut out by England before Ukraine winning it back again. Now Ukraine playing it back to the halfway line as England come to press the ball. So thanks for that, Kyle. And as I say, mate, pleasure to have you with us. Ukraine now just playing it towards the edge of the centre circle as they try to push up the field now, playing it out wide to this near side. And so Ukraine just enjoying a spell of possession here. Now Ukraine come forward. England come to press the ball on this near side as Ukraine play it back to the halfway line. Kyle saying, I think Ukraine have just annoyed them now, though. When I said 1-0, I was thinking a late goal, like maybe a 70-minute-ish, and just try to hold on. Right, yeah, so you kind of a smash and grab win. That's that. Yeah, we'll. There can be interesting games when that happens, can't it? But yeah, that's certainly some logic in that, Kyle. I can certainly understand your logic in that, mate. A lot of teams, whether it's club football or international football, if they're playing against opposition, a lot of teams do try that tactic, don't they, mate? They try soaking up the pressure for, like you say, about 70 minutes of the game, and then go for it up the other end and try and get, like you say, a late winner in the game. But you're right. I think you got a point, mate. Could just see some of the England players getting a little bit irate with each other, barking orders, so to speak, at each other. So you could be right. This could just get England players riled up a little bit. Maybe that might bring the best out of them. We'll have to wait and see, mate. Still plenty of the game to go, as we are just coming up towards 40 minutes gone, guys. If you just joined us, it's currently Ukraine 1, England 0. England now playing it out to this near side as Ukraine come across the challenge for it. England playing it back to the halfway line. Now England coming forward. The England fans in the away end just finding their voice. It's now England playing it out to that far side. Don't forget, guys, please do hit that thumbs up if you could. And if you have already, thank you very much. England now with the ball played forward as it's into the box. On Walker of England have scored! Goal! Kyle Walker has banged it into the back of the net. Long pass forward by Harry Kane. I was quite surprised to see Harry Kane that deep, to be honest, but Kyle Walker has latched onto the ball in the box and managed to smash it in past the goalkeeper, and that levels the score. Ukraine won, England won. But yeah, I was quite surprised to see Harry Kane that deep up the field, to be honest. Surely long crossfield balls up the field like that should be to him, considering he's our main striker. But yeah, Harry Kane with the ball just on the edge of the centre circle, crossed over in behind beautifully, and Walker managed to intercept it, and all he had to do was get it past the goalkeeper, and that's exactly what he's done. Levels the score. So it looks like Kyle's right with his theory. Good shout, top man, Kyle. Good theory from you, mate. So now we're back underway as Ukraine kick us off from the restart. They play it back to their defensive line. Now England come to press the ball, but Ukraine just knocking it about in a minute. Inside their own half, now playing it forward down the middle as England come to challenge for it. And the challenge comes in. The referee's going to give a foul here, and he's also issued a yellow card against the Ukraine player there for that challenge. Got Henderson on the ground. So Henderson winning a free kick just inside the centre circle. That's really, really good team goal. That really, really good team goal. I think he's actually gone in the back of the net, deflecting off the goalkeeper. To be fair, guys. So yeah, VAR just showing that Kyle Walker was onside for that goal. So cool. So just coming up to 43 and a half minutes gone, guys. We're back on the way. It's now Ukraine playing it out wide to this near side, attempting to cross the ball up the field, but Bellingham coming across to challenge for it, and that's gone out of on this near side for a throw into Ukraine, pretty much on the halfway line. What do you guys think of this hot weather in the UK? September, and we're getting weather uh, like it's May. It's crazy, isn't it? Now Ukraine intercepting the ball at the back as England tried to play it forward. Knocked out to that far side as now England do intercept it. Ukraine coming across to press it as now England play it back to the halfway line. Now England build again as they probe down that far side, but then come back forward as now they come back again down that far side. Ball played forward as Kane intercepts it on the edge of the box, but couldn't keep it there as Ukraine managed to win it back. Now Ukraine with a long ball over the top out to this near side as Pickford comes out to intercept it. Ukraine trying to get in behind the England defence there. Pickford switched onto it though. Now Harry Kane on that far side again with another long crossfield ball out to this near side to Saka. Saka now with the ball on the edge of the box, ball crossed in, it's deep, and now it's headed towards goal at the back post, but just gone out of play. And I'm not sure if I don't think, no, yeah, I think that's going to be a goal kick. I wasn't sure if one of the Ukraine players there had got a touch on that just as it was bouncing out of play, but no. So that will be a goal kick to Ukraine. But yeah, Harry Kane certainly playing him, uh, putting himself about. So he's supposed to be playing in the middle, but he's actually seems to be playing out on the wing on that far side. And there goes the half-time whistle, guys. We only had a minute added on time. So at half-time, it's 1-1. Let's quickly have a look out the match stats look for that first half. So just bear with me a second, guys. I'll bring it up on the screen so you can have a look at it. But yeah, just bear with me a second, guys. I'll bring it up on the screen momentarily. Here we go. Here we go. So let's get rid of that. Bear me a second, guys. Just going to bring it on the screen now so you guys can have a look at it as well. But I will read it out to you in case you're listening in on a small device and unable to see it properly on your screen. So just bear with me a second. Here we go. It should be coming on your screen now. There we go. So, guys, this is how the first half has gone in numbers. Total shots, Ukraine 1, England 3. Shots on target, Ukraine 1, England 1. Possession, 30% possession for Ukraine, 70% possession for England. Passes, 168 passes for Ukraine, 396, I think that is that. No, sorry, 386 for England. Pass accuracy, 82% for Ukraine, 93% for England. Fouls, 6 given against Ukraine, 5 given against England. Yellow cards, 2 against Ukraine, 1 against England. Thankfully, no red cards. Offsides, none. And corners, none. Yeah, that's quite surprising, isn't it? Full first half of football with no corners whatsoever. So there you go, guys. That brings you up to date with the first half and the match stats. I'm going to read out the results for the games as well, guys. Please do feel free to drop your comments in. Would love to hear from your Football Fan Den UK. Is exactly what you see on the tin, guys. It's a football fan channel for you guys to come and feel a part of. So please do feel free to drop your comments in the chat. We're trying to build a positive football channel that helps good fans come together. So if you like the sound of that, guys, please do consider hitting that like button and subscribing. So, guys, I'm just going to quickly bring you up to date with the results this afternoon because there's been a few games here in the UK. So in case you guys maybe not know about it, we had some games going on in the lower leagues today. So as you guys know, in the internationals, it's finished at halftime. Ukraine, England 1. So second half to come. North Macedonia v Italy, not kicking off till 7:45. Azerbaijan lost earlier to Belgium 1-0. Estonia is currently losing to Sweden 3-0. That game is a half time. And Andorra currently 0-0 with Belarus, and that also is half time. Kosovo v Switzerland and Romania v Israel is kicking off at 7:45 this evening. So there you go, guys. That brings you up to date with the Euro qualifiers. Just to let you guys know, if you're interested, some international friendlies today as well. China have drawn 1-1 with Malaysia. That's a full-time result. South Africa drew 0-0 with Nambia. And Germany played Japan later on at 7:45, as well as the USA vs Uzbekistan. That game kicking off at 10:30 tonight. So back to let you guys know what's going on with the club football today in case you missed it. In the lower leagues, League One I've played today. There are only 2 games gone on in the English League One today. Exeter City losing 2-1 to Leyton Orient. That was a full-time result. And Stevenage drawing 2-2 with Carlisle United. Those are the only 2 games in English League One today. All the other games postponed due to the fact that obviously players gone on international duty. In English League Two, guys, a full calendar in English League Two. Bradford 1, Grimsby Town 1, Accrington Stanley 0, Mansfield Town 3, Wimbledon 1, Stockport County 2, Colchester United 2, Tranmere Rovers 0, Crawley Town 4, Newport County 1, Forest Green Rovers 1, Crewe Alexander 4, Gillingham 1, Harrogate Town 0, MK Dons 1, Notts County 1, Salford City 1, Walsall 2, Swindon Town 5, Sutton United 3, and Wrexham 2, Doncaster Rovers 1. So that brings you up to date with the English leagues, guys. I'm just going to quickly double check whether there was any games in the Scottish lower leagues today. I don't think there was, but we'll quickly have a check. No, there wasn't because, as I suspected, it was the Scottish Challenge Cup today, wasn't it? So loads of games gone in that Scottish Challenge Cup. So yeah, East Fife winning 2-1 against Albion Rovers. Wraith Rovers winning 3-0 against Cliftonville. Annan Athletic losing 2-0 to Peterhead. Arbroath 4-2 winners against Inverness Cali Thistle. Cove Rangers losing 2-0 to Montrose. Dumbarton losing 3-1 to Kelly Hearts. Dundee United with a 3-0 win against Dunfermline. Edinburgh City losing 4-1 to East Kilbride. And Greenock Morton 2-1 winners against Elgin City. Partick Thistle losing 3-2 to Queen of the South. And University of Stirling losing 3-2 to Adrian's, as well as Colorana, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Colorana losing 3-1 to Hamilton Academics. Bailey Town v Queen's Park. Still playing that game. 34 minutes in, and Queen's Park are winning that, guys. So yeah, I think that's yeah. We've got also some games going on in Wales today, guys. Aberystwyth Town lost 4-2 to Carnforth Town. Haverford West County 0, Newtown 4, Pennybont 0, Colwyn Bay 1, and Barrytown United 1, Cononquai Nomads 4 in the Northern Irish Premiership. Carrick Rangers 0, Ballymere United 1, and Dungarton Swift 3, Glenhaven 1, and Newry City AFC 0, Glenthorne 1. That game's only 11 minutes in, guys, that last game. The other two games are full-time results. So there you go, guys. Brings you bang up to date around the UK with all the football in the UK as well as the internationals. But yep, there we go, guys. Full update. So where was it? So no comments from you guys. Fair enough. Fair enough. So what should we expect in this second half? Do you think that England going to show their quality and grab the game by the scruff of the neck, so to speak, and take control? Maybe come out and win the second half quite convincingly, or do you think Ukraine going to make life difficult for England in the second half and it be a cagey second half? I think personally myself, I think it's going to be a tight second half, the same as the first. Ukraine obviously wanting to give a good account of themselves, which is totally understandable. Not able to play in their own country at the moment, so obviously they're guests in the Polish capital, Warsaw, as they are currently playing their home games in Poland. Oh, sugar. Sorry, guys, I'm just having a smashing time there. So let's have a quick look. I'm just going to have a quick look at these groups, guys. Let's have a look. I'll bring them up on the screen at the end of the game, I think, guys. But yeah, I'm just going to have a look how that game goes. So if that, as I said, that stays like that, it'll see England stay top of the group on 13 points, and Ukraine will stay in second on 7 points. Quite shocking how bad Italy have been in this group, isn't it, guys? Italy played 2 games only so far, though, haven't they? So that would explain why they look like on paper they're having a bad start, but in reality they've only played 2 games, won 1, lost 1. So that's not a disaster for them. We know how good Italy are. They could potentially pull themselves back into it with consistency. So yeah, obviously that I would expect that would have an impact on the second half, guys, because Ukraine going to want to try and get something out of this game, obviously, because they're going to know that Italy are going to be trying to chase them down and obviously close the gap on that second place spot. So we'll have to see. But yeah, England probably in for a tough after second half. Unless they can show their quality. I'm just looking for the other group. Where's the other group? There it is. So yeah, Gibraltar playing Greece tomorrow. But I think that's an impossible game for them. I would expect Greece to probably win that comfortably. But it would be nice, as I said earlier on this show, guys. It would be nice to see Gibraltar get some points on the board, wouldn't it? They always seem to struggle to even get a point on the board. But it wouldn't be nice for them to do something. And I think for that, them guys, I think that'd be a celebration for you, for Gibraltar, if they could just get some points on the board. I think that'd be they'd see that as a successful European campaign because it'd be an improvement on what they've achieved. They always struggle to even get any points on the board. Also, Northern Ireland playing tomorrow, guys, against Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan currently sitting um, fourth in Group H, with Northern Ireland right behind them in fifth. Um, so obviously, if Northern Ireland managed to get the win, it wouldn't really change anything in the group in respect to positions, but it would give Northern Ireland close the gap on Kazakhstan to just 3 points, um, which I think they desperately need to do, don't they, guys? They really need to try and do that. So hopefully, um, a positive result will come our way tomorrow for Northern Ireland. Let's hope so, guys. I think I'm just going to check what we've got coming up as well, guys, in the next couple of days. I think it's see when Scotland. Sure, Scotland should have another game soon as well before the international breaks up. So yeah, I'm just looking on Monday evening. Wales playing away against Latvia, so that's an important game for them to try and get some points on the board. Also, quite a number of under 21s games, Euro under 21s uh, qualifiers on Monday, guys. So if you're interested in that, I'm just trying to look to see for the rest of the week what UK nations we've got playing. So yeah, where's Scotland playing? Are they? Surely they must have another game. These internationals are so confusing, aren't they, guys? So is that Scotland's only game this during the international break? That's crazy, isn't it? Have a look. Yeah, obviously Scotland playing England on Tuesday. Yeah, so England and Scotland playing on Tuesday in that friendly game. So that should be an interesting game, guys, as it is in Scotland. So it's going to be a cracker, hopefully, guys. Also, some EFL trophy games on Tuesday night. Peterborough United taking on Cambridge United. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff, and Notts County taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers under 21s. That's a 7:45 kickoff on Tuesday. So yeah, so quite a bit of football coming at us this week, guys. It's not loads, but it will ramp up as we approach next weekend, obviously, and get back to club football. So substitutions here for Ukraine as the players come out for the second half. Apologies, guys, I missed the players for the Ukraine team there that were changed, but we are back underway as Ukraine kick us off. Ball played forward now as both sets of players challenging for it. Now England come away with it as played out to this near side, and Bellingham's just tried to be a bit too fancy there, playing the ball behind with a kick behind, but he's not looked where he's kicking it, and he's ended up kicking it out of play. So yeah, keep it simple until you got a commanding lead. I'm not a big fan of players trying to fancy it up when you've not got control of the game. There's still plenty of work for England to do to try and get the win in this one. Stevie is saying some interesting games coming up there, Gaz. Absolutely, Stevie. Yeah, like I said, mate, there's quite a few, loads of international football coming in the next 2 or 3 days, which is what we need. We need some football, don't we, guys? I'm sure you guys agree. You're missing the club football. So thanks for that, Stevie. Absolutely, mate. Kira, how you doing, Kira? Welcome to Football Fan Den UK. Kira 236. Am I reading that correctly, mate? Is that correct, Kira? Is that how you pronounce your name? Apologies if I'm not correct with the pronunciationism. Kira saying, any picks for the games coming up, mate? Coming up. Um, and Kira also said, I want to make a bet. Okay, mate. Well, I'm certainly not going to tell you which team to bet on, but um, I don't know what the odds are, mate. I don't. You'd have to have a look what the odds are, but there's certainly some. If you want to have a bet, the best recommendation I would say to you is have a look at the friendlies, because the friendlies obviously can go either way, couldn't they? But I don't know. You might get better odds on the actual competitive games, shall we say? I'm not sure, mate. But yeah, there's plenty of games coming up. There's loads of internationals over the next 2 or 3 days. Got a couple tonight. North Macedonia as well, playing Italy tonight as well. As Kosovo playing Switzerland, Romania playing Israel. So those are the games still remaining to come tonight. But then, as I said, guys, tomorrow there's quite a few Euro qualifiers. So you'd have to have a look through, mate. You'd have to have a look. There are only 2 friendly internationals tomorrow. The rest are Euro qualifiers. So yeah. But the England Scotland game could be a good one, couldn't it? And yeah, might be. I don't know. Might be interesting to have a little bit, a little, possibly. I don't know. He could get maybe a good return on that game. I'm not sure. Don't know what kind of odds it's giving. I'd have to have a. But I'm sure there's plenty of betting odds on that game. Definitely. Obviously, England Scotland playing is quite popular fixture in it. So should be a good one. But thank you for that, Kira. Sorry if I can't help you with that, mate. I don't I don't want to tell you a team to bet on, and then you come back and tell me, oh, they didn't get the ump with me because they didn't get the result. So yeah. But have a good look, mate. Have a good look. There's plenty of games coming in the next couple of days. As I say, the England Scotland one is on Tuesday. That might be an interesting one to have a look at. I don't know. But I'm certainly looking forward to that game, mate. But thank you for that, Kira. And if you do have a flutter, hopefully you do well out of it, mate. So England coming forward down that far side now, but a misplaced pass played forward, sees the ball go out behind, and that's going to be a goal kick to Ukraine. So good luck with that, Kira. I hope it goes well for you, mate. Thank you very much for dropping in. Don't forget, guys, please do hit that thumbs up if you could. Would be really appreciated. And thank you if you have already, guys. Thank you. So ball kicked up the field now by the goalkeepers. It's Ukraine that intercepted. Now kicking it back down the other end as they now try to come forward. England challenging for it though again as the ball's played to the halfway line. Now England knocking it forward, but Ukraine challenging for it. Now the referee's given a foul. Quite central this. So free kick here for England in a quite a central position. Ooh, sorry guys, I'm just trying to just bear me a second. I'm just trying to work out kind of distance. I'm thinking 25 yards from goal, slightly out to this near side. Central, very central in the middle of the field, but slightly out to this near side of the pitch. So yeah, and Ukraine have got a 3-man wall as England choose to take it short, knocking it across. Now the ball crossed in. as Harry Maguire there heading it back towards goal, but it's just gone over the top of the crossbar, and that released the pressure for Ukraine. But nice idea there by England. They were trying to get, I think they were trying to get round the wall there with a cross. Um, and it was a nice idea, but as I say, Harry Maguire just knocked it, couldn't get it down on target, and it's just gone over the bar. So Ukraine now playing out from the back as they play the ball out wide to that far side, coming forward into the England half as England come across with Maguire challenging for the ball, and now he's gone down in a bundle as referee blows the whistle. So I'm not sure he's going to be a booking here, but or a free kick. But Harry Maguire still on the ground at the moment. I can see now from the replay the Ukraine player there as he's coming for challenge for the ball. Both players have come to try and intercept the ball, challenge for the ball, whichever way you want to put it. And the Ukraine player has just stood on the top of the boot of Harry Maguire. So that might have been studs right in the toes. So that could be quite painful, couldn't it, guys? So, yeah. Kira saying England disappointing me right now. Yeah, no, that's fair enough, mate. Yeah, as I was saying earlier in the stream, mate, I don't know whether the hot. Obviously, here in the UK at the moment, their weather is really hot in it. So I don't know whether it's like that in Poland. I'm not trying to make excuses for England, but obviously we know that England don't play well, do they, when it's warm weather? So maybe that could be part of the reason. It's not a valid excuse because even if the fact that we know England don't play good in warmer weather should be a reason to use if they are playing in warmer weather. Then Gareth Southgate should be using that as a psychological strategy or something, if you get what I mean, to try and remind the players, look, guys, when we go to tournaments, we play in hot weather. We don't always play at our best. This is good preparation for tournament football to be playing on a hot, sticky afternoon like this. So England now with a corner on this near side. Corner comes in. It's deep towards the back post as Harry Maguire manages to keep it in. But eventually it's Ukraine that come away with it. Now Ukraine knocking it down that far side. As now they tried to race up the other end of the field to try and catch England out. But England reading that really well, managed to come across, intercept the ball and play it back to Pickford. But Kira, yep, I agree, mate. I agree with you. I think England could definitely improve, couldn't they, mate? They could definitely get the show more of their best qualities is the word I think I'm looking for. So thank you for that, Kira. That's a very fair statement, mate. England now with the ball on that far side. Let's hope that this second half season play better, mate. Because I think you're right. Kira saying Southgate use strategy. I doubt it. You can be a better manager than him. To be fair, mate, I've got to be honest. As an England manager, I would prefer somebody else. I agree. I've said it before. I don't think he has enough. Nothing against him. I think he is a decent manager, no question about that. Whether he's a good international manager is questionable. I don't know because I think I've said this loads of times, guys. I think he's improved England. He has improved England. He's got us playing much better. But he should do. Any manager should do with the talent we've got in the England team. But for me, with regards to Gareth Southgate, I just don't think he's got enough fire in the belly, has he? That's my biggest concern. Where every time we go into a tournament, that I don't think he's got enough fire in the belly. And when you get to that latter stages, like quarterfinals, semi-finals, and you're coming up against the better teams like Italy, Germany, Spain, Brazil, Argentina, these kind of teams, you need that manager with a fire in the belly that gets the players fired up. And like you say, not always about tactics in games like that. Sometimes it's about who wants it the most. I think it ends up being about that a lot more than it does sometimes about strategies in the later stages of tournaments. So yeah, I can understand your point, Kira. You make a good point, mate. But as I say, don't think Southgate's a bad. I just don't. I don't. I think he'd be better at club level, mate. I think he'd be better at managing a club. Like I say, we can't knock him too much. He has done good things with England. He's got us playing better, or at least showing more ambition, anyway. But like I say, I agree with you. He concerns me when we get to the later stages of the competition that I don't think he has that fire to inspire the players to dig deep and find that grittiness that you need to just get through tough games against tough opposition. So yeah, thanks for that, Kira. Great point there from you, mate. Very interesting thoughts. I think quite a few England fans are thinking like that as well. So just bear me a second, guys, while I just quickly put the team news back on the screen. I forgot to do it. My apologies. Should be coming on your screen now. There we go. So yeah, thanks for that, Kira. 236. Thank you, mate. Interesting viewpoint. I think you were the majority, mate. I think you are with the majority. A lot of fans feel that we could use a different style of manager. I think, like I say, Gareth Southgate's done brilliant up to now as what he's achieved in the time that he's been manager, but he's done it. He's done it by keeping the peace, Annie. He's done it by, maybe, keeping the peace and selecting his favourite players. And I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think that's come at the cost of some of the younger players not getting a fair shout? I don't know. That's one for us to debate in the future, I think, mate. So, yeah, thanks for that, Kira. Top stuff. As now England coming into the box on that far side, ball crossed in. As Ukraine managing to knock it away. Although I think the offside flag's gone up here on Saka. Yeah, you can just see now this replay. Saka is quite considerably offside, so quite an easy decision that for the linesman to make. Now the ball knocked out to this near side as we're back underway. Ukraine unable to keep control of it as England now win it back. England coming forward now with as they come towards the edge of the box. Shot comes in. I think that was Saka that got the shot off, but it's hit the top of the crossbar and ricocheted back out. Now England coming again as they keep Ukraine boxed into the edge of their own box. England just knocking it about at the moment, midway inside the Ukraine half as Ukraine come to press the ball. As England now playing it out wide again as they try to work through that press. Played back inside by England as now it's knocked out to this near side as it's Harry Kane coming. Why is he coming so deep? Now England coming forward down the middle. It's Ukraine challenge for the ball. And now we've got foul. And I think that's going to relieve the pressure for Ukraine. So, yeah, foul going against England there. Sorry, guys, just need to readjust myself. I could feel myself stiffening up then through being sat in the same position for a while. Yeah, the goalkeeper actually got a hand to that ball from the shot from Saka, and that just obviously made the ball just rise a bit higher and then bounce off the top of the crossbar and back out again. So good effort there by Saka. It might have gone in the back of the net if the goalkeeper hadn't got fingertips to it. Now England with the possession on the halfway line as now they come forward, played out wide to Saka on that far side as now Saka comes towards the edge of the Ukraine box. Ukraine trying to challenge to win it back, but Saka doing well there as he plays it to a teammate to relieve the pressure on himself. He was surrounded by about 3 Ukrainian players there and trying to hold the ball up while players came forward to give him support. Now England with the ball in the middle. And just knocking it about again, midway inside the Ukraine half of the field. Now England knocking the ball out wide to this near side as they come forward now. Playing it into the middle, but knocked out to that far side as Henderson now with a crossfield ball out to this near side. England just trying to move the ball about as Ukraine just sitting there on the edge of the box. Clearly England trying to get Ukraine to come out a bit more, give them more space in behind as now England play it out to that far side. Now played low and hard towards the edge of the box as now England trying to work through that congested defence. Now Saka managing to try and get the shot off, but it's blocked by Ukraine. Claims for a handball there, but the referee waving those claims away. England now knocking the ball out wide again to that far side as they come forward. Now, ball played into the middle as England keeping the pressure on here. As ball just knocked about there between Henderson, Bellingham, and Harry Maguire. As they're just playing a triangle formation to try and work through that press. Now, ball played forward as Ukraine intercept it eventually. They're trying to relieve the pressure on their box, but now England win it back. Henderson with a shot, and it's just wide of that far post. No, sorry, it wasn't Henderson, guys. My bad. It was Harry Kane. They can, both them two can look quite similar from distance. So yeah, my bad, guys. That was actually Harry Kane with the shot, but he scuffed it wide, and that'll be a goal kick to Ukraine. Yeah, technically that was a handball from Saka for what Saka was claiming for. We're just seeing the replay there. He's kicked it low and hard, and it has actually been stopped going through by the fact that it's got caught on the Ukrainian player's arm, and now we're having substitutions. So it's Yar. Oh, apologies if I can't read the name. Dov Dovbriak coming off. I can't read the Ukrainian players' names. Apologies, guys. Apologies if you're from the Ukraine, guys. It's nothing personal. I can't. Obviously, I'm sure you guys maybe have some trouble sometimes trying to pronounce English, Scottish, and Welsh names on Irish names. But yeah, for us here in the UK, it's a little bit difficult sometimes to pronounce some Eastern European names. But hopefully I keep practicing it and I'll get better at it one day. Sidorachuk coming on for Ukraine. England now making substitutions. Kira, I will come to comment in a sec, mate. Just trying to take notice of these substitutions. So it's Bellingham coming off and it's Rashford coming on. And Phil Foden also coming on. Maddison coming off. Interesting changes. That could make a difference. That could make a difference. Kira236 saying, I'm just praying Harry Maguire doesn't do something that costs us. How he keeps getting called up for the national team is crazy. Yeah, to be honest, I think he's been off the boil because of personal stuff going on off the field. We've all heard about it. I know he's not at his best at the moment, mate, but I think the reason he keeps getting picked for the national team is because we haven't got that many better options, have we, really, than him, if you know what I mean? maybe we have. Maybe there's some players I'm overlooking. I don't know, but obviously, I think the big thing that we've discussed before on the channel is with Gareth Southgate in charge, mate, he's going to always pick his favourites, and that's unfortunate because we have got other players that should be given a chance. But as I'm sure you guys know quite well, and I'm sure you know as well, Kira. Gareth Southgate does like to pick his favourite players, doesn't he? For the squad, even if they're not always playing the best football, if they're not in the best form, he still picks them. He still picks them. It's crazy. So I agree in that respect that we need the manager to be picking players based on how well they're playing from the club, not just because he gets on with them. But yeah, if we was Kira, if we was to drop Harry Maguire from the national team, who would you like to see replace him? Who do you think deserves the opportunity to try and replace him? Ukraine now coming forward down this near side as they come towards the edge of the England box. Ball crossed in, but England there intercepting it as now England try to break up the other end of the field. But as they come towards the halfway line, missed time pass sees Ukraine win the ball back. They play it back to the goalkeeper. But yeah, thanks for that, Kira. Appreciate your thoughts there, mate. But let me know who you would like to replace him. What player would you think would be do a better job, or at least maybe not so much a better job, but a player that we could get in the team and develop, help with the development of the player. Now Rashford playing the ball forward as he knocks it out to this near side. Harry Kane manages to keep it in as he plays it back now towards England's defensive line. Now Harry Kane intercepts it again as he plays it into the centre. Now knocked out wide to that far side. Saka there, not on his best form at the moment as he struggles to keep that ball in play, and it eventually does go out of play. So throwing to Ukraine. Ball knocked up the field as now Ukraine come forward into the England half of the field. Oh, nice play there by Reece as he come back, challenge for the ball and win it back. And now England play it back to Pickford. Pickford now with a long crossfield ball out to that far side as Ukraine intercept it. Kira 236 saying, a can of sausage, a turkey, a sandwich, a loaf of bread. I would take anyone over him. I'm a United fan, so I have seen enough. Right, okay, Kira. Well, right, okay then. Fair enough, Kira. Here's a quick question for you then, if you don't mind answering, mate. And obviously, you're saying you're a United fan. I want to hear your thoughts on this because obviously you've just made the point. So please do let me know your thoughts on this question. Do you think that if Harry Maguire was dropped from the national team, do you think it would benefit him for the club team? Do you think it would help him focus better on his club football and get better? You know, stop cut out some of the mistakes. Do you think it might do him well to have a spell out of the national team so that he could just concentrate on his club football? I'd love to know your thoughts. Obviously, I can tell you're not happy with his performances for Man United. So that's fair enough. And as fans, I always say it, guys, fans should be heard. Fans have the right. You guys watch. We all watch our own teams. We watch them regular. We see the players playing regular. So we know when they want to do well for us. We know when they deserve to wear the shirt. So, yeah, I value your opinion there, Kira, as a United fan, mate. But, yeah, I would love to know that answer to that question, mate. Let me know if you're still there. Do you think if we dropped him from the national team, would it benefit his club football? Do you think he could improve? Because we've seen it happen before, haven't we? We have seen players be dropped from the national team, and it's helped them get back to their best. So interested to know your thoughts on that, Kira, if you're still there, mate. But thank you for sharing your opinion. Bit of an unusual one. So we've got a stoppage at the minute, guys, for a challenge on the edge of the box. As Ukraine player just needing to receive treatment. Let's hope he's going to be okay. We want to see all players for both teams finish the game without any major injuries. You want to beat anybody at the best, not at their weakest. So yeah. So thanks for that, Kira. Please do share your thoughts on that question if you don't mind, mate. Now we're back underway. As ball crossed into the box, heading towards goal by England, and the goalkeeper manages to make a comfortable save. Now, Ukraine with the possession as they play out from the back, now played up towards the halfway line as England challenge for the ball, and now England win it as they play it back to their defensive line. Now England able to come again as they play it out wide to that far side. But Ukraine quickly coming across to make England aware that they'll challenge if they come forward. So England now switch it out to this near side. As a bit more space on this near side is now Rashford coming forward, taking it towards the byline. Ball crossed in. It's deep. And it's gone behind, and that's going to be a goal kick to Ukraine. Nice idea there by Rashford, but I think he just took it too close to the byline, by which point the ball was getting away from him, and he's hooked it in to try and keep it in, but he's ended up curling it in, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Sorry, guys, just dropped my earphone, so bear me a second. Sorry about that, guys. I need to get some new earphones. It keeps doing that, keeps falling out my ear. It's really, really annoying. Sorry about that, guys. I found it again now. So we are 70 minutes gone. Sorry, 74 minutes gone, guys. Still nil. Still 1-1. As Ukraine now with the possession, played out wide to that far side. Oh, just kept it in there. As England challenging for it. And now Ukraine come away with it, as now Ukraine knocking it out wide to this near side, coming forward towards the edge of the England box. England coming to challenge for the ball, but Ukraine still with the possession on this near side, close to the England box. I will come to your comment in a minute, Kira. Just bear me a second. We're going to have a substitute. Kira's saying, no, I don't think it will help. His mistakes are cartoon-like, and West Ham offered to buy him and first team, and he said no. Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah. Didn't he say he wanted to fight for his place at United or something like that? But yeah, you make a good point, mate. But the question is, if you let Harry Maguire go for United? Who do you think they would bring in? Because to be honest, mate, to find really good, really switched on centre backs at the moment, it's proving quite difficult for a lot of clubs. To be fair, mate, proving quite difficult. I mean, even Van Dijk for Liverpool, who's rated quite highly by a lot of fans and a lot of pundits, even he has bad spells, doesn't he? He can have really good games for Liverpool sometimes, and then there's other games where you're thinking, is this the same player? You know what I mean? So I know you're a United fan, but I'm talking to you as a football fan. Obviously to make a comparison that I'm sure you've watched Liverpool before and seen that where you look at it and thinking, Van Dijk, I'm not on about who he's playing for. I'm just on about him as a player. Van Dijk plays and he can have really good games sometimes for Liverpool. And then there's other games where he just goes missing. I mean, look at the mistake he made in Newcastle. He made that mistake. He got the red card because he wasn't switched on enough. He got caught wrong side of the attacking player, didn't he? So then he's put in a rash challenge, got the red card. But I'm just making the example. I know you probably won't like the comparison with Liverpool, but I'm not making the comparison with Liverpool. I'm making the comparison with the player. I'm just saying that even Van Dijk, who is rated quite highly by a lot of fans and a lot of pundits and stuff, even he has bad games, doesn't he, mate? He can have real like how can you be voted one of the best players when you're making mistakes like that? Last season he made some shocking mistakes, but I'm just saying that it really seems to be a real lack of tough centre backs at the minute. Uh, when I was younger, there was loads of really what you might call hard working centre backs, really uh, gritty players that would put the shift in, do their hard work. Um, and I think Harry Maguire was doing well. I think when he was at Leicester, he showed real good signs. But I think you're right, Kira. I think since he's left Leicester, um, he did have a good spell at first for United. He had a little bit of a good spell when he joined United at some point. I can't remember exactly when. I'm not saying it was literally as soon as he went through the door, but I know he did have a bit of an half decent spell. But since then, he just seems to have dropped, doesn't he? His performances have dropped. His uh, thing about, I think, mate, I don't know. I've been asking myself the same question, mate, but obviously, I've been looking at it. Maybe the problem is because of personal problems, because obviously, not so long ago, we know there were a lot of media stuff about his personal life and things like that. So I was kind of wondering whether that had distracted him from focusing on his football, and that's why we've seen that dip and, like you say, the cartoon-like mistakes in his game. So I don't know. It's something we could probably debate for quite a while, isn't it, Kira? Um, but yeah, I'd love to know who you think would United should bring in, because obviously, I think if he doesn't have a good spell for United this season, we could see him either leave in possibly January or maybe next summer. But if he does go, who would you like to see United bring in to replace him, mate? Quite disappointed to see David De Gea go. Was really disappointed to see David De Gea go. I thought he might be staying at United right into the later stages of his career. But maybe he just had enough with all the problems that's going on at Manchester United. You don't know, do you? We don't know. That's the thing, mate. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. We're relying on media rumours to try and find out what's going on behind the scenes at many clubs, not just United, but obviously United is always the one that we're most curious about when you think of how the resources that club has got at its disposal, and yet sometimes you're thinking, how can this team not be performing better? But Kira, what's your thoughts on the manager anyway, mate? I'd love to know your thoughts on that. Let me know if you don't mind. Are you happy with Ten Hag? Obviously, it's only his first year in charge. Do you think he's going to get better? You liking what you've seen off him for the first season, or are you concerned that he might that there might have to be another managerial appointment at some point in the not too distant future? I'd love to know if you don't mind, Kira. Let me know how you think Ten Hag's getting on. And now, Ukraine coming racing down that far side now as they come in towards the England box. England getting across to challenge for the ball, and eventually Ukraine have run it out of play, and that will be a goal kick to England. Good play there by Walker, although he almost could have been caught out there, but he did well. Walker there to get back from a position where he was, well, I would say he was out of position because the Ukrainian player being able to get him behind the defence there. Now England with the possession in the centre circle as it's played out wide to that far side. Now back into the centre circle as England now come again, knocking it out to this near side. Ukraine just sitting deep now inside their own half. As you just joined us, guys, around 80, just coming up to 82 minutes gone, and it's still 1-1. So still could go either way, this one, guys. Oh, now Ukraine have won it back as they come racing forward now into the England half. Playing it out wide to this near side as England quickly shifting to get bodies back behind the ball. And Ukraine play it back to the halfway line, which gives England chance to get back in formation defensively. I don't know. What do you reckon, guys? You think Ukraine would just be happy with a point out of this one? Kira is saying United is a joke right now, dealing with Maguire and McTominay. Sancho are arguing with the manager, Martial, beating up women. Yeah, I don't know about that, mate. I can't comment on that because I've not read anything about that as yet. I did a bit about it, but I've not had time to read up on it. But I don't know. I can't comment on that. But as for McTominay, I thought he was. I thought his development's going quite well at United. To be fair, mate, obviously Scotland seem really happy with him. He's doing well. I know the level's different. I know that. I know that. But I know Scotland quite pleased with how his development's going. They see him as an important player for the future. But yeah, I'm just saying, you're entitled to your opinion, Kira. I'm just quite surprised there with McTominay that you're feeling. As for Martial, I think his time's done at United, to be fair, mate. He's had so many opportunities to play, and he's just not, irrespective of whatever's going on off the field. That's, I'm not going to get into that, but I know on the field, he's been a massive disappointment, and he's such a talented player, or he's shown glimpses of that talent, but he's not consistent enough. And I'm surprised United have kept hold of him so long, to be honest, because normally, let's be honest, under Sir Alex Ferguson, he would have spotted quite early on that he was inconsistent, and he would have probably shipped him out to another club and brought in somebody else. But yeah, obviously since Fergie's left the club, obviously now he's retired. United don't seem to be as switched on with that, did they? I don't know. Obviously, I value your opinion on that more than me, mate. But yeah, I would say Fergie would have probably got rid of him quite a lot sooner. I really do. I think he'd have encouraged him to go to another club for his development to improve more, and obviously look to brought in a replacement. England now with the ball in the box. Sorry, guys, just to break off there. As we've got a collision now. As England trying to latch onto that, but collided with the goalkeeper. It's Maguire again involved in this, and Maguire there picking up a yellow card. Well, I'd like to see that on the replay again, exactly how that come about. Let's have a look. So a free kick came in. It was knocked away initially by the goalkeeper. Declan Rice picking it up on that far side, crossed it back in, and Maguire, he's entitled to go to that. To be fair, he's tried to get the ball and knock it in the back of the net, but as he's done that, the goalkeeper has come out to try and win the ball as well, and Harry Maguire's ended up standing on him. but I don't think it was intentional. In fairness, guys, and what we can't, I mean, what irrespective of the player, it doesn't matter, any player, we can't stop players trying to win balls in the box like that, in fairness, guys, because otherwise, if we did, we'd have so many less goals in games. I'm sure you guys have a look at it later. Let me know on the next stream what your thoughts are on that if you have an opinion. But don't matter. I know it's Maguire and he can be a bit clumsy, but I think any player in the box there where they got an opportunity to get a shot in, they're going to do it. If that had been Harry Kane, he'd have done it. If it had been Rashford, he'd have tried to win the ball and get a shot off. So yeah, I think that yellow card that Maguire just received off the referee, a bit harsh there, in an attacking sense. So I think we're going to see another substitution in a minute from Ukraine as England now playing the ball up towards the halfway line. Now England with a crossfield ball out to that far side is now the ball cut back as Henderson plays it back to the England's defensive line. Now England coming again as Henderson comes back to help out, push forward. Now ball played out to this near side to Rashford. Kyle is saying, Kira, have you ever seen McTominay play? I doubt you have by what you say. Uh, Okay, thanks, Kyle. Well, in fairness, he's entitled to his opinion. In it, I was surprised that he called out McTominay. To be fair, because I think he's been doing quite well for Scotland. And I seen him a few weeks ago playing for Scotland. Whenever the last international break was, he looked really hungry, aggressive. Played really. I've not seen him a lot for. I have seen him play for United. Obviously, I have seen him play for United, but I've not seen him a lot recently. So obviously. I couldn't comment on recent performances for his club. But yeah, I agree. I was quite surprised with that. But in fairness, Kyle, Kira is entitled to the opinion. We don't have to agree with it, mate. We don't have to agree with it. That you're right there. But as I say, I was quite surprised to see Kira mention McTominay. But football is all about opinions, in it, guys. So yeah. But as I say, oh, Kira, Ukraine coming down this near side. And has he injured himself there? Yeah, I think he's injured himself there, the Ukrainian number 10, as he's just indicated to the bench to be substituted off. I don't know if he's pulled a muscle or something. So we wish him the best. Hopefully, he makes a speedy recovery for Ukraine and his club football. Oh, I don't. I feel I. That's the one thing about the game that find difficult to deal with, guys. I hate seeing players getting any kind of serious injuries. Don't matter who they play for. I always want to see teams competing with their strongest player, strongest 11 available. So yeah, it's Mudryk that's gone off. Ukraine's number 10. So we wish him well. Hopefully, he makes a speedy recovery. So yeah, thank you, Kyle. Kyle saying, yeah, dude has been on fire recently. Not his fault. He has absolutely absolute rubbish around him at United. Right. Well, obviously, you guys entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to badmouth players that I've not watched recently. I've not watched a lot of United recently because it's not that I haven't wanted to, but we've done a lot of United streams and we just get such poor numbers when we do Man United streams. That's why I've not covered them on the channel just recently. We will still cover them on the channel, of course we will. But like I said, considering the club, the size of the club, the fan base, it's been really disappointing whenever I've done United streams. But so I haven't watched enough for United. But Yeah, no, you're entitled to your opinion, Kyle. I do rate McTominay. I think he's a good player, and I'm wanting to see him do well. I'm really impressed with how hungry he's looked for Scotland when he's played for Scotland. He really looks hungry when he plays for Scotland. I don't know if he's showing that same hunger for United, but when I have seen him play for United, I've got to be honest, guys, and I'm not showing any bias or any favouritism. I've got to be honest. I can't say I've seen him do an awful lot wrong. But like I say, I don't watch United maybe as much as you guys because obviously I'm always trying to spread myself about to cover as many games as possible on the channel and as many clubs. So it makes it difficult for me to watch even my own team consistently, never mind United. So thank you for that, Kyle. Fair enough, mate. Yep, you're entitled to your opinion. I respect your opinion, although I can't comment with regards to the players playing around him, mate, because I haven't. I'm just being honest with you guys. I haven't watched enough of United since the start of this season. Anyway, I watched quite a bit of them last season, but not since the start of this new season. And we're only a month into it, aren't we? So plenty of time for me to see how United play as the season progresses. So thanks for that, Kyle. Kira is saying, I'm not impressed when I watch him. Fair enough, Kira. Yeah, well, like I said, guys, thank you for keeping your comments respectful to each other. As I say, we don't have to agree with each other's opinion. We just have to be respectful and accept that as football fans, we all have a different perception on what we see and what we see the players. But and this is the place for you guys to come and express your opinions. That's what fandom is about. As long as you do it respectfully, you guys are always welcome to come and share your opinions about your own club, your own country's team, and other football topics as well. So yeah, thank you very much, Kira and Kyle, for keeping your comments reasonably respectful. As I say, I know you guys have a difference of opinion, but that's what makes football great, guys. That's what makes football. That's why we love it so much because we all have different opinions, and that's why sometimes we can spend quite a bit of time debating with our friends, family, and also people on social media because football brings out opinions, doesn't it? So thank you for that, Kira. And yeah, absolutely, mate. I respect your opinion. Ben, the best League One. How you doing, Ben? Welcome to the show, mate. Good to have you with us, Ben. Ben saying, yeah, but Gaz, would you play McTominay over Casemiro? Ooh, I don't know. I'd say it depends on what opposition you're playing, mate, because I think they're two slightly different players. So I think it depends on what who you are playing against. Um, like for example, if you're playing against a team that's hard to break down, maybe you would go with more Casemiro. I don't know. But then if you're playing against well, the full time whistle's gone here. Sorry guys to just break off. Um, just to let you guys know, the full time whistle has gone. Ukraine celebrating that like they've won the game. But it hasn't. It's finished 1-1. So England unable to make it 5 wins in a row. But the points enough for England. It's Ukraine that need need the points, don't they? A lot more than England do. So thanks, Ben. I actually like I say, I like McTominay. Casemiro, good player as well. I'd have to, like I said, I'd have to refresh my mind. I don't. Do you know what? Actually, I think I have seen Casemiro play in this. I've seen him make mistakes as well. I've seen him make mistakes. So we could debate, couldn't we, all night about certain players making mistakes, but we have to remember, guys, they are human beings. They're not robots. You know, they are going to make mistakes. The question is, how often do they make the mistakes? And do they look to be improving? Do they look like their mistake could be ironed out, so to speak? I think that's what it boils down to, doesn't it? But players are always going to make mistakes. The question, as I say, is how much to make mistakes and whether they look like they're can correct those mistakes. So thanks for that, Ben, and welcome to the show, mate. I think that's probably more of a question for United fans rather than me, mate. Kieran is saying, I laughed at that. Okay, mate. Okay. Well, like I say, guys, um, you're entitled to your opinions. As you can see, I'm trying not to disagree or agree or disagree. I'm trying to do my best to stay neutral as you guys are having different opinions. Anyway, let's get back to the game as I'm going to share the match stats with you guys on the screen now. So let's have a look how this game gone in numbers. Do feel free to drop your comments in, guys, before I jump off. I will come back to your comments in a moment. So if you have any thoughts you want to share on this game, please do drop them in now, guys, before I jump off. Just going to bring up, should be coming on the screen. There we go. Don't worry, guys. I will read it out in case you can't see it if you're listening in on a phone or something. So here's how the game has gone in numbers, guys. Total shots, 2 for Ukraine, 11 for England. Shots on target, 1 for Ukraine, 4 for England. Possession, 31% for Ukraine, 69% for England. Passes, 321 for Ukraine, 692 for England. Pass accuracy, 79% for Ukraine, 92% for England. Fouls, 11 against Ukraine, 7 against England. Yellow cards, 2 against Ukraine, 2 against England. No red cards, thankfully. And offsides, only 1 against England. Corners, 2 apiece, guys. So there you go. That's how it went. And the Ukrainian fans here setting fire to things in the stand. I don't know what they're doing here, but there looks to be some kind of fire going on there in the stands. So let's have a look what that means in the group. Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm going to see if we can bring up Group C. So let's just bring that up on the screen. So we'll have a look now, guys. Just bear with me a second. Here we go. Come on, where we go. Right, so here we go, guys. I'm just going to share in that. Let's get into that and let's share the group so you guys can see how the group has gone. Here we go. Should be coming on your screen now, guys. That's how the group looks after that game. Obviously, apologies. I got it's a list of groups, guys, so that's why Group D is also there. But it's England's group we're looking at. As you can see, England still top of the group on 13 points, and that gives Ukraine another point to edge them a little bit further ahead of Italy. But as we can see, guys, Italy have 2 games in hand on Ukraine, 3 games in hand on England, and North Macedonia just behind Italy. They've played 3 games, so they've still got 1 game to catch up to Ukraine and 2 games to play to catch up to England. So let's say Italy won their 3 games that they've got in hand. That would put them on 12 points. So yeah, that would put them on 12 points, just a point behind England. So it would push them into second if they was to win those 3 games in hand. Obviously, Macedonia only got 2 games in hand on England. So let's say they did win those 2 games. That would put them on 9 points. So that could also potentially put them into second place above Ukraine. So, yep, even though Ukraine getting a point out of this one, still plenty of work for them to do with Italy and Macedonia quite up close up behind them in the group. So let's go to the chat, see what you guys are saying before I jump off. Benny's saying, okay, of course, Maguire got a yellow card. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, he does pick up quite a few, doesn't he? He does pick up quite a few. So thanks for that, Ben. And Kira236 saying, Bellingham, Kane, Saka, and we drew vs Ukraine. What else to expect with Southgate manager? No, I'm sorry, Kira. I'm not. I don't like I say. I don't vote. Like I say, I do. I would love to see a manager change. I'm not. I'm not. You know. I don't. As I said to you earlier, mate. I think that we could do better than Gareth Southgate. But I think this performance today, I don't think necessarily can play it on the manager. Maybe players just, they've only just come back to the start of the season, traveling, stuff like that. I'm not trying to make excuses for the players. They should have played better than this. I agree, Kira. But yeah, it doesn't matter what manager we have in charge, to be fair, mate. We've seen over the years I've been watching England, I have seen many games like this where England just don't perform to their best under a number of different managers. So I think even if we had Pep Guardiola in charge, I think we could still potentially see a performance like that. Because what you got to bring, guys, is when you see players come on international duty, first of all, you've got to get them focused on international duty. Some of them might be still switched on to club football, especially if, like, for example, Reece, who has recently moved clubs, Henderson recently moved clubs. So at this stage of the season, you could kind of understand why players might be a little bit distracted with club football. So yeah, but I respect your opinion, Kira, but I'm sorry, I disagree. I think I'm not sure we can blame that entirely on the manager. He's got to take some responsibility for the poor performance. I agree, but I'm not sure. I think the players also have to take some responsibility for it as well. Glasgow Rangers saying, "Hi, Gaz, I'm back. Sure, you are not too happy about the draw, mate. Point England will still qualify from this group. I'll be surprised if they don't, mate. So yeah, bit disappointing performance from England. But to be honest, mate, I've seen international breaks like this many a time at the start of the season, and like I say, with the distractions of the transfer window, players moving just before, plus the Champions League not far away starting as well. It can be a massive. This international break doesn't always work well, but players can do better. They can do better, can't they? But no, I'm not too bothered about it. I kind of expected this kind of performance, if I'm honest. I think maybe because I'm an older football fan, so I've seen this kind of how can I describe it? Um, disappointing display from the players for England. So yeah, I think that's the best way I could describe it without going too ruthless on them. I'm probably being easy on them, but that's because it is, like I say, I'll get very critical of England when it comes closer to the tournament or when they actually get into the tournament. At this stage, it's just get the points on the board, grind through it, and do what they need to do. And I expect them to qualify. It's when we get later on, that's when I'll be a lot more critical of England, when we come up against better opposition, and that is when they should be switched on. So, yep. Thanks for that. Glasgow Rangers also saying, I know that's true. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Glasgow Rangers. Appreciate you sharing your thoughts, mate. And Glasgow Rangers also saying Ukraine can be tricky. I think that's meant to say Zinchenko was amazing today. Yeah, I think it meant a lot, didn't it, to Ukraine this game? They're not so good away from home, but I think obviously with this, I know they were playing in Poland, but it's still their class technically as their home game, innit? I think they were really hungry to try and get something out of this game, and England just didn't do enough to break them down, did they? In fairness, so I think Kira's right that we could definitely have had a better performance for England. It should have put in a better performance, but overall, like I say, this stage of the Euro qualifiers, this stage of the season with a lot of club football, I don't. I've got to be honest, guys. I prefer not to have this international break right now. I think it's such bad timing. Clubs only just getting themselves going, the momentum going. I think maybe we should have it squeezed into October rather than having it now. It's just too early in the season. We've only just got back to club football, and straight away we have the season disrupted with an international break. It seems a bit crazy, doesn't it? Really. So thank you for that, Glasgow Rangers. And I think you're right. Yeah, I think Ukraine really wanted it, didn't they, mate? Kira236 saying, well, I'm heading out. When's the next stream? Hopefully tomorrow, mate. Hopefully tomorrow. I'm not promising because I don't want to let you guys down if I can't make it, but I'm definitely hoping tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, we've got a few games tomorrow for that we can cover. So yeah, hopefully I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, Kira, at 2 o'clock. I think Northern Ireland are playing, so I'm not promising because I know I've got some few bits and bobs to do in the morning. But I should be done. I should be done, but I just don't. I don't want to make you guys promises that I can't keep. So I'm hoping to. It's kind of 80%, 85% certain I'd be on tomorrow afternoon for 2 o'clock. Maybe 15% that I might not be. So that, if you want statistics, that's the best I can do rather than make you false promises. Out of respect for you guys, I do not want to promise that I'm going to do certain games if I can't. If I know even there's a 5% chance that I might miss it. So thank you, Kira. Appreciate your comments today, mate. Hopefully, have a good night out, mate. Cheer yourself up. Remember, I know you're disappointed with football at the moment, with obviously the way United playing. I can tell that from your comments. But sometimes you have to remember, you mate, for your own, for the best interests of your own mental well-being and your own mental health. Sometimes you have to just remind yourself it's a game, mate. It's a game. But yeah, hopefully you have a good night out, Kieran, if you're off out for the evening. Thank you very much, Kira. 236, it's been a pleasure enjoying conversation with you, mate. And yeah, hopefully maybe see you tomorrow if you're not too busy. But enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and well, mate. And thank you very much, as I say, for your conversation in the chat. Glasgow Rangers saying they deserve it. I seen how happy it made them. And to be honest, England will go through anyway, but I think Ukraine deserve a draw after what they have been through. Fair enough. Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think they really wanted it, didn't they? They wanted something out of this. And let's be honest, we have to give England a little bit of criticism for not finding a way to break them down. But it is what it is. Like I say, at this stage of the season, guys, I think that it's a bad time for an international break, isn't it? We've got to be honest. It is a bad time for an international break. Players are only just getting focused back on club football, and we're expecting to send them around the world playing internationals. It's a bit mad, isn't it? But thank you for that, Glasgow Rangers top man, and appreciate you coming back in, mate. It's always a pleasure to have you involved in the chat. Kyle saying, good stream again, mate. Take it easy, guys, and chat. Thank you, Kyle. You're an absolute star, mate. Thank you for all your positive comments and your contribution in the chat. As I always say, guys, you guys contribute to the show as well. So thank you for your conversation and your comments, Kyle. It's always appreciated, mate. And thank you for the very nice comment, mate. Top man, top man. Absolute loving the positivity from Kyle in today's stream. So thank you, mate. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Kyle. Hope you have a good evening, whatever you're doing this evening and over the weekend as well. Maybe see you tomorrow for the Northern Ireland game if I'm able to get on, Kyle. But thank you, mate, top man, and appreciate the positive comment. So I'm just waiting for hopefully a final comment from possibly Glasgow Rangers before I jump off. So I'm going to go and jump off, guys. Go and grab a bite to eat, and then I want to. I've got some other fan den stuff I want to work on, so that's why I'm wanting to get off. So yeah, I've got a few other bits and bobs I want to work on for fan den. So I'm not sure if you're still there, Glasgow Rangers. But thank you. Yeah, there we are. So Glasgow Rangers saying a lot of travel for the likes of Bellingham with La Liga, UEFA Champions League, international footy. Thanks for the stream today, mate. I'm going to head off now to watch the Italy game, and catch you tomorrow. Thank you, Glasgow Rangers. Absolute pleasure, top man. And you're a star. Thank you for all your positive comments, mate. Sorry your battery died earlier, but it's just one of them things. But top man, appreciate you dropping back in. Always appreciate your company, Glasgow Rangers. Top man, and enjoy the rest of your evening, mate. Stay safe and well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the Italian game. Should be a good one. So yeah, that's it from me for now, guys. I will hopefully be catching up with you guys tomorrow as Northern Ireland playing 2 o'clock. So I'm not promising, but I will do my best to be on for that one and hopefully see you guys there. So that's it from me for now. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Stay safe and well out there, and I look forward to catching up with you guys again soon. Bye for now.